Hey there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? I am just getting the computer set, which is why you're seeing me sideways. And we will get things rolling. Woohoo! Alright, let's swivel this so it's not quite in my face. So how are you tonight? I hope you're well. So, my hair is like, for the desert, very curly because it's monsoon season. Are we ready for monsoon season? No, I am not. Elise, how are you? I am so not ready for hot yet, but we've gone up and down about 2-3 times, so it's about time for it to just cook, right? We're on bake now, huh? So, tonight I'm going to show you how to create Christmas lights. It's almost July, Christmas in July, right? So I'm going to show you how to make Christmas lights with our new product. These guys. They are, let me do this, pearlized enamel. Oh, it's backwards, sorry. Enamel effects, basics. So there's one that's pearl color, so you can make it any color you want. Awesome, right? So I know some of you like purple Christmas lights. I know some of you like all clear. Personally, I'm a primary colors or white. I really like the white ones. That's my favorite, but if I had to choose color, primary. So, not the pastels, not the icicles, not the... just white, simple lights. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to create them. Hey Barb, how are you? So, I'm gonna flip around and do my thing. I've got a couple new setups, so be patient with me because I might take a second longer than I'm used to, and we'll get there though, I promise. So, I've got tripods and all kinds of other things. So, all right, so I'm gonna flip you around and we're gonna get going on all the other stuff. So, hold on. I hope. I hope. Oh my goodness. It's always something, isn't it? Let's see. Can I flip this around? Yes. Okay. And then I turn this and I go this way. And in theory, no, not lined up. Not at all. Okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, new setup. The ring light was overexposing things, so I got rid of that and went back to my old thing, but then I was like, it's just a long story, and it doesn't need to be, but it is. So, alright, so I'm going to put the hair up and we're going to get to creating, because I don't know about you, but I don't like my hair in my face when I'm looking down. It's just my thing. So, and if you saw my post yesterday was my grandma's birthday. No, she's still not with us, but I wish she was, but she's not with us. She would have been like 101, I think. But if you look back on the picture, that's me at like 4 years old with crooked bangs because my grandma probably took a kitchen scissors to them. She was first generation from Armenia, and oh my gosh, she was always like, you look like a refugee, come here, chasing me with scissors. So, it is what it is, right? So this is out of the new mini, and I love the fact that we're incorporating other things other than Halloween, Christmas, and fall. Here's the reason why. We're a global company, right? So Australia, right now, is having Christmas, or winter, I should say, right? But, as far as temperature goes, but they are not doing Christmas at the same time, and, you know, because obviously by December, it's their summer. So their Christmas looks very different, and I can say that for a fact because my girlfriend has, hi Pam, my girlfriend has a boutique that I actually met at one of the conventions, Julianne, and she has a boutique in, I can't remember the small town, but anyways, Australia. So Hence the difference, okay? So don't think we've gone mad. Maybe a little, but you understand me. So for tonight, I am creating with you or for you 2 cards, okay? So this one, I have new comments. Hold on. Let me lean and do what I need to do. Okay. So for this one, we've got the multicolored. Now, pieces and parts, pieces and parts. Okay. Then we've got the white lights. Now this was straight out of the bottle. And this, because it's tiny, teeny, tiny, is the tip of a toothpick. So I like this better, but I like the white lights still. So we're gonna do both tonight. I hope that does you okay. So I'm gonna show you the difference in color mats. I'm gonna show you how to do some no line coloring. Yes, really. With colored pencils, watercolor pencils, and I'm gonna show you with this brand new stuff how to take the white and color it. So I think we should begin. What do you think? I think, guess what's gonna happen? The dog needs in. So get your drink, get a piece of ice if you need to throw in your drink or on your neck. I don't care, whatever, because today's been muggy, weird, monsoony. So let me let the dog in and I'll be right back. Always something. One sec. All right, so we've let the dog back in, which means now I can continue. So, yeah, it's always something, isn't it? So, all right, so I'm gonna make this go the way I need to. Okay, so I've got red and blue. I guess this could also be patriotic since July 4th is coming up. But anyways, all right, so the first one I need to cut everything to size. And then what I'm gonna do is do all the blender brush stuff. Blending brush, blender is the pen. And then I'm gonna show you the lights, okay? Now I don't know for fact how long they take to dry because I just got them. So make sure you put like a dollop on a piece of scratch paper, a tiny bit thicker than you did on your card. So if you touch your finger to it, you don't ruin your card. Make sure to put some to the side so you know when it's dry, okay? I don't know how many times I have fingerprints on this gorgeous card because we're just not gonna go there. So, all right. So I'm just gonna cut everything down to size. For both of the cards, I have thick, basic white card stock bases. Am I crooked? Probably. Today. So this one is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then this one is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. So the other half the other way and scored at 5.5. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, the blue and the red are going to be our outer mats. So I've got, this is full size, so I don't want that full size. So what I'm going to do is I'm cutting down to 3 3/4 by, so that's a 1/2 inch in, right? By 5. All right, so when you are cutting, if you start to leave fuzzy edges, that means you need a new blade. Now, if you do not have a new blade in your drawer, or you don't want to spend $12 for a pack of 4, guess what you're going to do? You're going to grab a nail file, and you're going to go on either side and make sure to keep your fingers out of there. And that sometimes extends the life a tiny bit for those, for the cutter, for the blade, okay? Just FYI for you. Just another way to extend things, especially since shipping is now $7.95. So that way you can do what you need to do, right? And order a stamp set instead of, because heaven forbid, we don't want to pay for blades if we don't have to, right? So I know I don't. 3 1/4, so we're 1 inch in, which means this is at 4 1/2. Yeah, it's like fractions when you're cooking. Yeah, 1/2 of a teaspoon, you get a teaspoon and you measure about 1/2. What's 1/8 of a teaspoon? A little bit more than a pinch, right? I'll just say I'm creative when I'm cooking also. Yeah. Like the other night I made, oh my gosh, was it tortellini? Yes. And Joel was like, oh, this is so good. I made this like lemon Dijon butter sauce with Parmesan. I'm getting hungry. Anyways, and I'm doing this and I'm like, and he's like, oh, this is so good. And I said, good. I'm glad. Enjoy it. And he's like, why? What'd you do to it? I'm like, nothing. I just don't know what I did. So if it's really good, I don't know if it will ever come out the same again. And he just kind of laughed at me and I'm like, no, really. So it's just what it is. Ha, my life. So, all right. So are we set? Yes. Okay. So one of them I'm going to do blending brush so we can have the full-blown like sunset, you know, that kind of thing. So we're going to flip this way because we can't have them all going the same way, right? All right, so I've got Crushed Curry as my sun. I always go about a shade darker than what I think because for me when I stamp, Daffodil Delight is my sun, okay? That's just my go-to. I don't know why, it just is. But when I'm doing blending brush, I tend to do a shade darker so I don't have to put as much ink on. I don't know if that's lazy or if that's efficient. You can say whatever you want, but that is what I'm going to say. So that's just what it is. So, alrighty. So there's my sun. It's a little sloppy. It's a little bit bigger. I'm going to round it out a little bit more. So I have to ask you guys, I had a snack. I had a protein, so that way my brain was going. But I have to ask you, what did y'all have for dinner tonight? Because this is the kind of night we have sold 2 vehicles in less than like a week and a half. Because it just needed to be done. It was time. The RV had sat in the driveway too long, you know. And Tara, my daughter, the truck, the Frank, we called it Frankenstein because one axle was a different year than because somebody broke it in past years. Anyways, that's gone now too. Thank God, that truck. So I'm just getting the ink out of my brush, if you're wondering, because I don't want green in my sky. I want blue. Now you could get another brush, but why? When it's more fun to try to get everything out of here, right? All right, so we've got here, and it's a little green. It'll be okay. And then I'm dabbing up, I know it's off camera, but I'm dabbing up in my Pacific Point. And I dabbed off a tiny bit on my scrap because I don't want that big old swirl. Oh no, look. We're gonna have to make that darker or stamp there or something. I'm not sure what happened. You haven't had manwich. I don't think I've ever had manwich. I will be honest with you. So my mom was a fairly from scratch for dinner, but definitely cake box queen, and blueberry muffins always came out of the Betty Crocker box. My grandma always cooked from scratch. I loved her cooking. I just closed that and I needed that. I loved her cooking, and so I swore to be extremely healthy and whatnot that I was going to cook from scratch. So I can honestly say to this day that we're done with this, I have not had Hamburger Helper or manwich. I don't think ever, unless like school lunch or something served it to me and I didn't even know. So, but it's just my thing. I guess is what we're gonna say, huh? So, alrighty. So let's see here. We're gonna make this one opposite. I should put that the other way, but it's okay. So this one, my trees are gonna be over here because I put my sun over here. So we're just switching. It's okay, okay? So I am stamping this in cheeseburger, fries, and a Butterfinger milkshake. Holy cow, where did you get it? And I'll be there in like 8 hours. How many hours is it to Nevada, where you are? Henderson, 5 hours, I think. So, all right, so no line stamping. So what you want to do is you want to pick something that is super, super light that kind of goes in the same color family. And what I mean by that, so this one I had actually done the crushed curry and stamped off, and I didn't like the fact that it was very blurry and very yellowy. So this one I stamped off, and I did this in Old Olive, I believe it was. Might have been Granny Apple Green and then colored with Old Olive. But anyways, this was better, but it was still like 2P green for me. It wasn't like palm tree green. So I thought, oh, this time I'm gonna try Bashful Blue, which goes with the background. So maybe it'll go Bashful Blue? Balmy Blue. Whoo! Bashful Blue was like 2 years ago. Sorry about that. Sometimes they just sneak out. So I'm gonna stamp this, and basically you go as light as you possibly can with still seeing it color-wise. So when, oh, that's kind of cool looking though, huh? But you want to go as light as you possibly can with still seeing it so you can color over it and it kind of hides it. That's the goal, okay? So, let's see here. I have so many ink pads out because I have been preparing for the open house, catalog open house this weekend, Saturday. So tonight's the last night to let me know if you're coming. You can stop by and pick up a catalog, but tonight's the last night to let me know so I can cut for you. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? So this, I am just literally scribbling. Probably shouldn't have done the blue all the way down, but guess what? Too late! So, yay! Okay. And then I need to find my Old Olive. Can you tell that I use it all the time? It's too bad we can't buy singles, huh? So don't worry if it's a little scribbly. All right. A lot scribbly. It's okay. It's gonna be a fuzzy palm tree. It already had its Mai Tai. That's all there is to it. Anybody else wishing they could go like on a beach right now? Because, oh my gosh, today's been sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. All right. So I'm just getting some, and you know what? The beauty of this is the blender pen is gonna come in, float all of this mess that I'm making. I'm doing this, the trunks a little bit darker, but it's gonna float everything and make it so pretty. You will be surprised, I promise. So, all right, so blender pen. When you do a blender pen, make sure you've cleaned it. Why do I say that? Because, oh my gosh, how many times have I done this and not had a clean one and then ended up with a red stripe through a blue something? Yeah, all the time, by the way. So we're just gonna float our blenders. So Italian sausage with baked potato, cauliflower, and salad. You had me till cauliflower. I can't do cauliflower. I know you didn't invite me, but next time, okay? I'm just teasing. Kind of. I ordered the Papa John's. It will be ready at 7:45. So, it is what it is. So, let's see here. Scribble, scribble, scribble. So, there's our one palm tree. Am I in frame? Am I centered enough? like I said, new setup. I went back to my old mount, but now I'm getting back used to it. So, yeah. It's just what it is some days, right? And I took the ring light away because I felt like it was doing more harm than good. So, guess what? The bagpiper in my house is really happy because he got a new ring light. So, it's all good. It all comes out in the wash, right? So, alright, so there's my fantastic coloring job. I probably could do better, but, you know, it is what it is, right? And then we're going to grab our Sunny Seasons greetings. Because I don't know about you, but I'm definitely from Southern California, and I need to have a Southern California Christmas card. I don't know about y'all, but as I say y'all, but anyways, you understand me though. Alright, so we're going to put this down here in the dark blue. And there's my wand! Yay! So, alright. So, I need to find my blue mat. And I need to find my card base. So I can pull this together for you guys, right? Yeah. Eventually, the project has to get finished, right? So I had this lady named Fran that she was from Oklahoma and she moved back there, but whatever. While I had her, I cherished her, and she had a saying, better done than perfect. So, done! Right? So, there you go. Okay, so the second one, we are going to do the colored lights. I didn't even put any. Hold up a second. Whew. Okay. So literally, grab it. Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics. This is white. It comes with red and it comes with black. Now, why they didn't put green or blue or something, you know, I could say, but whatever. We're just gonna squeeze it to make it work. And then I'm gonna dot, dot, dot. And we are going to hopefully do little dots. Ugh. This is why I did toothpick. Because it's not, I don't squeeze, it's probably very consistent, but I do not squeeze consistently. Like, I'll feel like it's not coming out, and then whew, the whole thing comes out. So, if you're not confident about your dotting consistency, I know, right? All these skills that we need for crafting. But if you're not, like, that's awfully big. But, whatever. But, so if you're not consistent with it, there's a glare. Camera image is not good. Well, hun. It was worse before, so we will have to work on that some more, I guess. So, anyways, alright, so this next one, I'm going to glue the mat on, so that way I can do, there is a glare. I've got my computer set up, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the same thing you are, and I'm not seeing a glare, but I'll review it. It's okay. Alright, so this one, we're going to stamp the palm trees like before with the balmy blue, except this time I'm not going to do a background. I'm just going to color the bottom. It's never going to be perfect because I'm not perfect, and that's all there is to it. But I hope it's good enough that you can see what I'm doing. So, gosh, I love that color with this. It reminds me of like Hawaii 5-0 or something. It really, really does. So, alrighty. So, let's see here. Do I want to just leave it? I think I'm just going to leave it. I know, we got to be different, right? So, done. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm making my green and red for my Christmas lights. Okay, so I am squeezing out, not too much because I don't want to waste it, right? Obviously been playing. So probably like a half a dime's worth, circumference wise. Okay, screw that back on very quickly. Okay, and then I'm grabbing Merry Merlot. Now, you just need like not even a half a drop. So you're just coming in and going like this. Just barely, 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 barely. Okay, then shaded spruce, because that's like primary green, right? You could do garden green, you could do whatever you want. And then I'm grabbing my toothpicks. Now I'm gonna do two because I have two different colors. And then pay attention to if you want a flat tip toothpick or a pointy one, depending on how small of a dot you want. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that up and leave that there. God, that looks like an eyeball or something from a horror movie. Let's mix that up real quick, huh? So we're gonna mix this up and we're gonna move this over. This is the bottom of a dimensionals thing. You're watching without sound. Why? Is it not working, or do you need to watch without sound? Because you're not back yet, are you? All right, so now I'm grabbing my toothpick and I'm dabbing it in, and I'm just grabbing. I know, it's just that simple, but I love the fact that they're like teeny tiny, just like Christmas lights. Now, I only want to do a little over half because I still have to do red, right? So you want to make sure you leave some room to do the red. Oh, that one didn't dot very well. See, and you go back over. It's all good. Ah, okay. And here we go. And here we go. Dot, 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 dab, dab, dab. Now, I would not recommend doing 50 of these this way, unless you're like watching TV and you have a big glass of wine, because, yeah. Okay. Now, there is some metallic in that pearl, so you want to pay attention to that. I wanted to do less red because you gotta make sure to not hit the other ones. I wanted to do less red because I didn't want my tree to look like it had measles. It's just that simple. I had done one with all red and I was like, oh, that looks like somebody caught chickenpox or something. I don't know, is that even a thing anymore? My kid never had chickenpox because she got the vaccine or whatever it was called. So, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So, my grandpa died without even having chickenpox. I think he was immune to it. I know, all these fun facts that you're like, can you just stick to the project? Yeah, I can. But, you know. Like I said, it was Grandma's birthday yesterday, so I was like, you know, looking through pictures and stuff and missing her a little bit. And she's the one that started my whole crafting thing when I was like 4. So if you look on my YouTube channel, I think that's enough dots. So if you, and these are good for probably only not even an hour, and there's no way to bring them back to life. So if you don't use it all, use it all, if you hear what I'm saying by that. Okay, I'm gonna stamp some words on there first. I had used Merry Merlot, so I'm gonna grab some Merry Merlot and tie it in with the words. But first I have to clean, because I don't want my blue to go, my Pacific Point to go into my Merry Merlot. So there we go. So yeah, So if only I could afford an entire studio with lighting and the tracks and everything, but Miss Pam, it is what it is, huh? That's an interesting, I like that. So it was Balmy Blue that I stamped with, so yay! All right, so a couple things to pay attention to. Toothpicks to get that done right? All right, this is already glued on. Do not flip this over, which is what I did the very first time. So we're just gonna throw some adhesive in the middle here because it is smaller by a 1/2 inch. And we're going to stick this down and make sure to not hit the palm trees. Okay, so, all right, so I definitely like the toothpick thing better than the bottle. So pay attention to that. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? So pay attention to that when and if you get this, because it will be bigger than you care for if that's the case, okay? So these are the 2 samples, and then these are the ones that I made tonight, including my finger smudge, okay? So what do y'all think? Is it something you might try? Now I have not played with the, what was it, the snow puff accent or whatever it was called that you do and then you heat to make it look like snow. I will have to play with that at a later time. I've been working for the open house and all that kind of stuff. I can't show you the sample though. So through tonight, if you tell me you're coming, I will cut. Ooh, I don't like how that came up. I guess that had some water or something to it. I'll have to glue dot those down. This accordion card that you'll be able to make with the no line stamping. Yay. So, all right, so that is what I have for you tonight. If you try the project, please post on the page. This page, I should say. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. Have a great evening. Joel just left to go get our pizza, so great timing, huh? It's like I planned it or something. Alrighty, so thanks for joining me, and go, if you've already had dinner, go have dessert. Life is short. Go get some ice cream. Talk to you soon, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.